Will you be ordered to not drink or use THC while you're on probation? This is Christina Williams with Just Criminal Law.
And David Mann, legal storytelling specialist. Okay, so first of all, maybe we should just answer that question. Will you be required to give up alcohol or THC at sentencing?
9 times out of 10, the answer is yes. The judge wants you to be successful on probation, and part of their consideration is, sometimes when people use drugs and alcohol, they make bad decisions. So right out of the gate, the judge is going to order that, you not use alcohol or illegal controlled substances, that is, substances you don't have a prescription for, and that's to help assure your success on probation.
Okay, so say you've now been ordered, to give up one of these two things. We'll start with alcohol. I think we all know that alcohol, though, can be fun, isn't good for you. So it's probably a good idea anyway to give up alcohol. Do you know anything about why that would be? What are some of the risks of alcohol?
Sure. As my clients consider, going on to probation, being successful on probation, they really do need to communicate that they've thought about this to the judge. And, there's so much out there on how alcohol negatively impacts people's lives and their health. So, when it comes to being ordered on probation to no longer use alcohol, our clients should know that's not going to be an easy feat all the time, just because alcohol can be highly addictive. Your brain really a lot of times enjoys that dopamine hit. But as you're getting that dopamine hit, a consideration that you can think about and talk to the judge about is that you realize it really has such a huge negative impact on your health, when it comes to your brain, your heart, your liver. The list goes on and on. Alcohol really is not something that, when you consider the risk and the benefit, that there are many benefits associated to using it. So, part of your job when you go before the judge is letting them know why you've decided to go down a different road and why you'll be successful on probation. And a lot of times communicating that you understand this will really go a long way in front of the judge.
Yeah, it can have a huge impact on your brain, and as well as the liver. Like you say, I think the cardiovascular system can also be negatively impacted by too much alcohol use, and it's been associated with a higher risk of cancer. Does these things sort of factor in as well?
Well, those are all things that you can take into consideration, and look at your time on probation as a time to get healthy and maybe kick the habit altogether, because you stand to gain so much by going down the different road, not just in front of the judge at the time of sentencing, but during your entire probation. And, you may come out on the other end of it deciding that you're going to be alcohol-free.
So what about THC then? I think we know probably less about that. It's studied a less length of time. I know some of the risks are about the same as alcohol, but where does it maybe differ and have maybe less bad effect or even more bad effect than alcohol?
Well, that's a really good question. And like you said, THC just hasn't been studied as much as alcohol. Part of the reason is because THC is illegal in a lot of states, and, that's changing for sure. And we might get more knowledgeable and more insight into the health benefits versus the risks. But, you are going into probation. You have to be drug and alcohol free unless you have a valid prescription. And, THC may not be as bad for you as alcohol, but it is habit forming. And, sometimes the way it is ingested is really risky. Smoking something, whether it's a cigarette or THC, you're inhaling that substance into your lungs, which can never be good for your lungs. And then, the effect on a person varies greatly with THC. It may have very good benefits, and it is used in the treatment of people with medical conditions, but it's still unknown, it's still up in the air, and in states like Wyoming, regardless of the benefits, it's still illegal and it's still habit forming to a certain extent.
Yeah, there is definitely. I think we've all heard about the medical association with THC for neurological disorders, helps with nausea and pain and things like that. And we've also heard a little bit, I think, over the years of some kind of good health benefits to alcohol, like drink red wine and it's better for your heart. But I think if you keep reading, you find out that these are not necessarily true or not as true as they're put forth to be. Is that what you're seeing too?
Right. I mean, the known benefits to alcohol really are challenged and medically challenged, and some people like to think that having a glass of wine is good for their cardiovascular health. There may be some benefit associated with that, but I don't think anybody can say that outweighs the risk associated with it.
So when you are ordered by the judge to give up these things, it's probably good for you anyway. And of course, there's much more to read about this if anyone is interested. So how might they get that information and to get in touch with you?
Sure, we'll include a link to the blog post in the description, and they can call, text, or chat with a member of our team anytime, day or night. Here at Just Criminal Law, we know you only get one shot at justice, so make yours count.